Morning, family, friends. How y'all doing today, man? So, I'm getting back to what I was talking about the other day. My last video about I have a therapist, and then she said that I had to find what my coping mechanism was as a child, because these things transition into adulthood. They go with you, and so the other day before yesterday, man, I had a breakdown and a blow up to where I was just like, I don't care about anything. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I'm deserving this and I'm deserving that. And it dawned on me what my coping mechanism was. And it comes to find out that I created this identity, you know, as a child. I became the people pleaser in my whole situation because I was afraid to get beat. I was afraid to get scorned. I was afraid of everything. So I became this person that I stayed two steps ahead of everybody and everything in every situation, from school to home to the streets to, everything that you can think of. I became this unstoppable person as a kid, and I created this world of comfort for myself, because I didn't want to feel the pain anymore, you know what I'm saying? And that was my coping mechanism. And so, like, I'm trying to sit here and think of how that transpired in my life, because man, like she said, it carries over into adulthood. And as an adult, I created this identity of people pleasing, man, on a grand scale. And in my process of self loving, I had to learn to love myself, and that meant to start looking at things realistically, and doing shadow work and touching on those things that uh cause me harm in my life within myself. Cause I can't look at nobody else. I can't blame anybody else to say he, she, they, those. None of that applies. It's only what my decisions, accounted to. So here I am, looking at myself like, okay, doing my shadow work. And I'm like, okay, so I've created this identity, man, to where I try to people please and control everything around me, because I'm trying to control my whole destiny and whatnot. And it was all just for comfort. So, in the process of, when I first got sober, what I'm saying, I started, things that started becoming useless to me just started to, fall away from me, you know what I mean? And getting down to the nitty gritty of things, I started realizing that, okay, this is not of use anymore. This is not of use anymore. I was just left with myself and my self thoughts. And so, like, this identity that I had built, turned on me, you know what I'm saying? And I became the person that the identity was trying to people please. I was trying to please myself, you know what I'm saying? And myself I wasn't liking that. I wasn't liking my people pleasing skills for myself, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't adding up, and I got mad at myself. And it was funny because I was mad at myself. Like, dude, like, no, man, I ain't accepting that. And it got me thinking about everybody else that I was trying to people please, you know what I'm saying? And man, I was flabbergasted. I was faberglasted, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was stunned. I was shocked, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like, that's hilarious. Like, you actually thought that was working, but I was totally ignorant of it. I was ignoring, I was clueless, man. I didn't have no idea this is what I was doing. And like I said, I didn't take the time to actually go into thought of what my coping mechanism was as a child when she told it to me. I just kind of like, okay, because in myself, in my intuition, I said, that's deep. And I wasn't even really afraid. It was just more or less, I knew that was going to take some deep thought. And it just kind of happened, you know what I mean? Like, self-process, self-elimination, self-examination. I discovered it. I was like, wow, that was deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a place where I have to start knitting back together those pieces of myself where I try to people please and places and people, places and things, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of difficult, man, because I'm in a place where now I got to restructure a lot of things. I have to restructure my mind and the things that I've done, and the things that I do, because I am a good person at heart, and I do genuinely mean to help people, but I have to understand the thin line where it becomes people pleasing versus, and also at the same time understanding that, I may be trying to please myself, you know what I'm saying? And where superficiality comes in, where it's actually making a difference versus me just trying to comfort myself, you know what I'm saying? And make myself feel as though I'm doing something good, to make myself feel like I'm making a difference. And, I think that's where my people pleasing, skills, what I'm saying, had progressed, stemming from my childhood, because it became more than just a coping mechanism. It was more than just me trying to stop the abuse, what I'm saying? It became a tool for me to get ahead in life, you know what I mean? Because I knew I was intelligent, I knew I was smart, and I had gifts, of seeing things, before they happen. So I started using those abilities, in my people pleasing skills, and all I'm saying is that, my people pleasing skills, had became, the people pleasing skills was the base of everything, before, but my whole purpose of my people pleasing skills was just to protect myself, that's where it all started. But it progressed into something more as I got older. I became more advanced, and it got in depth. So now, I'm at a place where, I'm just going back over and reflecting on all those times and those situations where I took my people pleasing, where my people pleasing had turned into something else. Because like I said, as an adult, it became something else. You know what I'm saying? It was more than just a coping mechanism. It became a tool for survival. It became a tool that I used to get ahead in life, but it all stemmed from me being a people pleaser as a child, or a person that was trying to cope with the life that I was given at that moment as a child. And I was trying to avoid the pain, the persecution, and all of the anger. So here it is, in this moment, I'm just, really airing this out, man, with myself, and using this, platform and this moment and sharing these videos to try to make sense of it all, you know what I'm saying? And that maybe someone out there that you do watch my videos, man, you do understand what I'm saying, because yeah, there's a trick to the trade to everything, We didn't get the way we are overnight, you know what I mean? I'm 48 years old, man, and I'm just now coming into this knowledge and understanding of myself, and all of this started with self-love, self-care. And like I said, this is not for the weak, man. It's not. You're gonna do some real work, man, because you want to make a difference in nobody's life but your own. Nobody else. It's just your own. You want to make a difference, man, and be somebody, be about something, and stand strong in what you believe in. Then it all starts with self, and that's all I can really say about that. I will have some more videos, talking about this subject, man. I'm just doing some groundwork and introductories to what I'm talking about, man. I'm just grateful that I had this opportunity to, look at myself and see myself in this light. And man, peace, love, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing, man. And believe in self, man, and make a difference, man. Godspeed.